So there's a good flow that I'd like you to adopt for after we start the airplane, and that just helps hasten things up. It's a do verify method instead of a step-by-step method. Okay. There we go. There's that noise canceling. It's left to right, down and up. And so as soon as you start the airplane, we come over here on the left side of the panel and we look at our oil pressure. Oil pressure's in the green. And then we just kind of work our way this way to make sure that we kind of touch everything. And after we go left to right, down and up, touching everything, then we'll back it up with our checklist. So it goes oil pressure, make sure that's in the green. We come down, ammeter is no low voltage and it's good. Then we come over here and that's where we turn on the avionics. Okay, we already did that. And then I'll come and I'll adjust my lights. So we're going to taxi, so we'll need the taxi light on. We'll make sure that is, the carb heat is off. The throttle, as the engine warms up, it gets a little warmer, or it gets a little higher RPM. So sometimes it's necessary to dial back the throttle a little bit. And then the mixture, we can lean that out for taxi. Verify the flaps are up. You've already done that. Or I think that it was maybe, oh yeah, you already did that before. Okay. So we'll bring the flaps up in that instance. And then that's left to right. You could even end on cabin heat and cabin air. So if it's a hot day, we can pull the cabin air on. If it's a cold day, we can pull the cabin heat on. That's left to right. Then we go down and up. Trim, and then fuel is on both. So trim's neutral, fuel's both. And then on the way up, we check the transponder, make sure it's ALT 1200. You could even get your timer going right away. And then we'll come to our GPS. So most GPSs will want you to go through a couple of screens. And so here we'll just make sure the navigation database is not expired. That's really just for IFR stuff. So if it is expired, it's not that big of a deal. January 27th, it's good. So you can hit continue. And then this one, oh, it's all right. So the next one is a page that talks about the VORs. And so it shows like there's these CDIs right here. Course deviation indicators. We haven't quite touched on those yet, but we'll want to make sure one says half, it shows halfway to the left and halfway up, and then it's got a 2 indication, it's pointing to a certain thing, but we'll talk about that later. There's no way to get back to that screen unless we turn everything off. And then you can hit map
ground,
and zoom in,
Juliet at coast,
and now we have our taxi diagram.
Information uniform.
Got it. So that's left to right, down, and then just be careful if you move it around, it won't follow us, so you gotta hit back.
Frequency B125.7.
Cool, now it'll follow us around.
To our right,
and so now, that's our left to right, down and up. We've done almost everything, and you even grabbed the Atis before we started, because you're smart, and now we can back it up with our checklist. So we'll go under the start phase here. After max start, it says oil pressure. Oil pressure's green. We check that. Make sure we need to check.
Taxi. Requesting taxi back to
So we'll move on. Seatbelts, harnesses, flaps up, heat vent, defrost, avionics are on, Atis, we have altimeter, we should set 3009er.
Expect departure delays due to volume.
No wait, I start with this one. Right, 3009, right at 400 it looks like.
Good, start with the altimeter, then match the G5 to the altimeter, cool.
Transponder we checked, ADS-B on,
ADS-B is always on.
Because of the transponder?
Yeah, it's built into this airplane's transponder. And then a radio test, there's a couple of different ways to do it. We're in COM 2 right now, so we could pull out this little thing that says pull to test. We could hear our volume, and you can adjust volume that way. So I'd like to do that before calling, because what if you pull it out and you don't hear anything? Then you would have called and the volume would have been all the way down. You wouldn't hear the response. So just turn it up, and then turn that off. But if we're in COM 1, we can hit this button in for push to squelch.
November 31, November, turn left off one contact ground.
Start talking around to that. So like, there's our squelch, and we can adjust the volume that way. So we'll go back to COM 2 where ground is. And then that's the radio test. And then the taxi light as required. Our taxi light is on. So we did a part of our flow. And that really concludes the pre-taxi checklist. So the rest of it is when we pull out, we'll test our brakes and then do the taxi check.
So I'll go ahead and call up ground.
The swinging freely, less than 5 degrees of bank on the attitude. Swinging freely, airplane goes into the turn, ball to the outside. So yeah, go ahead and call ground. We have information. Uniform.
Arrow 935 on November, Golf 1. We're unfamiliar with the airport, and we want to get to the restaurant here.
And Arrow 9531 November, Montgomery ground. Turn left on hotel, and it's just past the building with all the glass off your right.
Recognize this guy's voice from last
hotel, just past the glass building. November, thank you.
Montgomery ground, Cessna 5150 Delta, executive with uniform, eastbound, please.
Cessna 5150 Delta, Montgomery ground, and 828 right. Taxi via Juliet, Hotel Alpha.
28 right, Juliet Hotel Alpha, 5150 Delta.
Great.
All right, my controls.
Yeah, your controls.
All right, I'll test my brakes here. Brakes are good. You want to check yours?
Yeah, I'll check mine. My controls.
Your controls.
My controls.
And I'm guessing transient parking is with all these
Okay,
other
my brakes work. Your controls.
All right, my controls.
And,
Your
if
controls.
you want to contact Crown Air on 123.5, they can help
Clear
you
left,
find
clear
parking
right.
if you can't find anything.
12358, thank you, ma'am. Have another.
And 23.5, 123.5.
23.5, thank you.
Clear right. Clear
Clear
left.
right. Go to the right. Okay, there we go.
Windscreen's a little dirty. We'll want to clean that next time, I think.
Okay.
And then we'll just kind of clean it vertically.
Right.
If you remember the artificial horizon that could develop, cool.
Tricky 57 Papa Montgomery ground, if you can, pull into hotel and then do your after landing checklist. Tricky 57 Papa Montgomery ground, if you can, begin your taxi.
Roger, would like to taxi back to coast, 2850 Papa.
Tricky 57 Papa, taxi to parking via hotel and go.
So Golf 2850 Papa.
Nice turn. I was listening to John. I forgot to tell you to do your taxi check.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll do it as we turn on to Alpha.
Okay.
And then slow down a little bit, turbo. There we go.
I think I get one of those from you each lesson. Slow down turbo.
Montgomery ground, Cessna 4922 Delta is clear of the active 2-way left and taxiing to executive.
Cessna 4922 Delta Montgomery ground, taxi to parking via hotel Juliet.
Hotel Juliet to Factory Park, 22 Delta.
Good. Power to idle before turns. Try to stay on the center line as we do the taxi check. So this is moving freely. Less than 5 degrees of bank indicated. Moving freely. Plane is into the turn. Ball to the outside of the turn. Nice job.
All right, where do we... So Cirrus is moving out.
Yeah, if the run-up was full, we would just kind of scoot over to the right and angle. Looks like that's our option, because I don't think there's a whole bunch of room there for us.
Yep.
Ground,
just stay...
clear of Golf 2 left.
Yeah, so we'll just stay kind of scoot to the right, and then we'll angle out right at about here. And so go this way, perfect, add some power.
Yeah, so counts a little small.
And then power to idle, and straighten the wheel before you stop. Cool. That didn't quite get it straight. It's
We're
okay,
about
it's close
50%
enough.
passing, and I think they're pretty close to that too right now.
Sweet,
Yeah,
so
I believe it. You know,
We'll do a run-up?
Closed the other day. Palomar
Okay.
closed. I guess Van Nuys closed now.
Yeah, totally hurt, yeah.
All right, brakes, set,
ATC
fuel,
0.
both.
Yep.
Trim, set for
always
takeoff.
on time.
Flight
See
controls.
what happens. Montgomery ground, Skyway 995.
Free and correct.
At Kilo Golf, information uniform, taxi.
Instruments.
Skywagon 999.
so the 650, good.
Taxi to
That's
hotel.
level reading.
Wait, right.
And no X's.
No
If there's
X's.
anything like not working, it would be a big red X.
Right.
Skywagon 55X.
We want to set accurate set. That's back up.
Landing midpoint.
Level and
Okay.
what it's supposed to be. No X's. And we want to set it to the runway heading, so it's 284?
284, yep. Per the text diagram. I like 284 for the right runway and 283 for the left runway, so there's a little bit of separation.
Okay. Then do we want to set our altitude bug?
Yeah, go ahead. That's a good one too.
How'd you do that?
Press the button in, scroll over to altitude. It's not a touchscreen, unfortunately. Press the button in again, scroll up to 3,500.
Montgomery ground, Air 89er X-ray is holding short.
Nice.
Hotel and Golf 1 for...
Okay, cool. Instruments, deck, make sure best power.
Use caution for a helicopter landing mid-portion off your left now. Taxi to parking via Hotel Juliet.
The Air Park Hotel and Juliet, and have the traffic in sight. 89er X-ray, good day.
Good day.
So you're looking at this one, I'm looking at this one.
I look at both,
this one?
yeah.
Okay. Alright, we're about 17 there. Mag going to the right. Lost about 100 to both. 1690 to the left.
Good. Not more than 125, not more than 50 difference in between the two.
Okay, I think we're good. Carb heat test. Looking for a power drop. Definitely heard it. Vacuum in the green. Amps and volts where we want it, right? We just want it, we're just looking at it to be.
So the amp meter is just reading 0, so what we can do is we can try to get a flicker out of it by moving something electronic, like
soft flicker, yep.
Or even pitot heat sometimes will cause a little flicker.
Okay. Oil pressure in the green, oil temperature in the green. Idle check closed.
Good, I'm just trying to bring it back smoothly.
Oh, yeah. I always forget that part.
Okay. So as you reduce the throttle,
give us some more throttle friction.
Then we want to, it's not in the checklist, but we want to lean the mixture.
Okay.
So we don't risk fouling up the spark plugs.
Yep. Okay. Throttle friction. Alright, pre-takeoff, briefing.
The briefing, and so there's no one coming, so, oh yeah, there is someone coming, so we should scoot over. So we'll just add some power, push that pedal in, and kind of tap the brakes.
With uniform.
Good Lake 4555, Whiskey Montgomery Ground.
There you go. Get those light taps in. You'll get the same response out of the wheel as compared to holding it. And then if you reduce the throttle, we gotta really kind of scoot here.
Bravo.
Juliet Levy, Juliet Hotel Bravo behind the Cherokee 55 Whiskey.
There you go. We want to get pretty close to this dude, actually. So I would have went further back this way, so we're not so far scooted up, but this works. If our shadow never touches his shadow, we'll never touch him. Yeah, and there we go. Good there. Cool.
Okay.
All right, and so the briefing is a few different things.
Abort plans at the end. So, like calling out like our...
Okay. Cessna 180. Cool plane.
So I'm going to call out our...
So yeah, we want to just like talk about what we're about to do, and so we're going to do a right down departure and climb to 3,500 and go eastbound. That's pretty simple. We can also think about like what frequencies that we're going to need as we go out that way. Yeah. And so, what frequency do we need right now?
We'll need the tower 125.7.
Good. So since we're finished with the run up, we don't need ground anymore, and so we can dial over to 125.7 because it's 125.7 between the hours of 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. on 28 right. Right, and then you'll hit the swap button, and then what do we need after that?
We need air to air.
Air to air. Awesome.
And then later on we'll need Ramona Atis.
Good. Thinking ahead of the airplane. Get that Atis in there. We have it written down on our kneeboard because we're super smart.
132.025. So I'll just go 02. Oh no.
02? Yep.
Yeah. Wait, how do I...
Good. And so see how it says pull for the 25K? So pull that out and then twist.
Left, taxi Golf Hotel Bravo.
Bingo.
Okay. Swap it over. And then we also, after that, we'll need the tower, which is 119er, 0.875. Good. Seven.
Nailed it.
Okay. And then, what's this one?
This is for nav frequencies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Okay. So that's it for the briefing.
So for the briefing, we could also load in like a flight plan in the GPS.
Oh, yeah.
With this touchscreen, it's super easy. So just hit the back button, and then click flight plan, and then add waypoint. And the next waypoint we need is, let's say, Cowles Mountain.
Visual point, San Diego, Cowles Mountain.
Perfect.
Enter. And then we'll go to
Lake Jennings.
Oh no.
We can skip KSEE. I was just putting that in there to prove a point. So we really are on a straight line from Cowles Mountain to Lake
visual
Jennings. Visual point. Hang on one
too many V.
Visual point.
San Diego, Lake Jennings.
Bingo. And then from Lake Jennings to
Verona Casino.
perfect. Verona Casino.
Enter.
And then Ramona.
KR.
Perfect. They auto load sometimes.
Okay.
And then
back.
you can hit back and map, or if you press and hold this home button, it takes you to this default nav page where it shows you distance, your desired track and track, ground speed, and you can change these fields, and then it has the map button right there, so you can hit map and back, and so
okay.
I like to keep it in map for VFR stuff, but IFR stuff on the other page.
Okay. Okay. All right. I think that's it for the briefing.
Flaps 0 to 10, we'll just do a normal takeoff still, so we'll just keep it all the way up for flaps.
Yep. Mixture, part of lights, camera, action, carb heat off, transponder, alt, and squawk. We have our timer ready. Right. It's ready to go. Just hit enter and it'll start. Heading bug. Did that. Doors and windows latched. Strobes on. That's part of lights, camera, action.
Good. Yeah, so we'll
do
keep
that
off for now.
Okay. Time, brakes, and abort plan. So if we have an engine problem or we don't get up to, was it 2280?
2280 per the POH, yeah, good.
With runway remaining, we'll just cut power and go back to the runway. If we're no runway remaining under 500 feet, we'll turn up to 30 degrees, try to find a place to land. If it's above 500 feet, we will turn up to 90 degrees. If it's 1,000 feet or in a traffic pattern, we will try to come back to the airport.
Perfect.
And that's it.
That's it. We're ready to rock. We're super ahead of the airplane, and we've done as much as we can on the ground before getting in the air.
Cool.
And we're just still on tower 2 right now.
Right.
So we'll get on COM 1.
On COM 1,
and then
we'll talk to Montgomery Tower, and I'm not going to say the wrong tower name.
Oh, good.
Okay.
This is 24780, you on?
We're on, so 780.
780, number 3, runway 28 right, clear to land.
Go on, runway 2 right, 780.
Montgomery Tower, Cessna 5150 Delta, holding short 28 right, eastbound.
5150 Delta, Montgomery Tower, stand by, expect 3-minute delay.
Cool. Expect 3-minute delay, yeah. So since we're going to sit here for a second and we don't have anything to do, we can just scoot over.
Okay.
One Papa Fox, we have the traffic
Power in, push the right pedal, tap the brakes. But keep the power in until you have enough momentum.
Yeah.
And then when you get some momentum, add a little more thrust. Now chop the power to idle, and then keep the pedal in though. See how it kind of increases our turn rate?
Yeah.
And then add the power again to give you momentum to go this way.
Left, no
Lots
delay,
of power. There you go. Keep it in. We don't have enough momentum yet. Tap the brakes, tap the brakes, tap the brakes, let it power to idle, and it increases our turn rate, and then straighten the wheel. Cool. Nice job. All right, so we're ready to rock. We're ready for our lights, camera, action, timer. Strobe lights, landing light, mixture full rich, ALT 1200 unless assigned otherwise, and then enter for timer, lights, camera, action, timer, and then we'll divide our attention to pulling out of the runway and doing our lights, camera, action, timer, making sure there's no one coming in to land on top of us, and then we have call outs when we go full throttle, which is
airspeed alive, engine indicators in the green.
And then there's two options here. You can say at least 2280 RPM, like it says in the POH or the checklist, or you can just call out the RPM that you have. So I used to do a 2280, now I just like calling out what I got.
You got the base,
because it's just kind of nice to know. So airspeed's alive, engine screen, 2280 RPM. And then so as we pull onto the runway, we're also going to want to look way down the runway to find the windsock.
Approximately 28 left in contact ground.
And we're going to want to put the ailerons into the wind.
Is that Penny? Was that Cessna 948 call?
And 3928 Bravo Penny and
action timer, looking down the windsock.
3928 Bravo Montgomery Tower, you're following traffic on a 2-mile climb, runway 28 right, clear to land there,
40,
indicating 80
45,
knots.
50, 55, rotate. As soon as you get in the air, take out the crosswind correction so we don't just keep turning one way.
Right.
But you want to try to peel the wheel.
780, traffic ahead to your left, to parallel runway.
You want to leave the wheel that's into the wind on the ground as long
You're
as
looking for a
possible.
Cirrus over Lake Murray.
So the wind's left to right today, so we'll want to peel the right wheel off the ground first, and then the left wheel, and then we'll level the wings.
Okay.
That way the airplane doesn't weather vane or start to crab into the wind while it's still attached to the ground, because lift is making it way less, and you side load the tires on takeoff.
I gotcha, yeah. I think there was a video that you put, I don't know if it was a new video, but I just noticed it today about...
ground looping?
Yeah.
Yeah, I put that one in recently.
Okay, yeah, I watched that today.
Nice, dude. That one's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, it's interesting. It makes me afraid of flying a tail dragger ever, but...
Yeah, well, that's why I always say, like, follow through with your crosswind correction, because if you land and then just, like, drop the nose or take out the crosswind correction, you kind of, like, land and you're, like, tying them on the ground. Then the airplane has that tendency to weather vane, and if you're in a tail dragger, that your center of gravity is after your mains, and so it'll pendulum you and swing you.
Yeah, right.
So.
Cirrus 28 Bravo, cancel landing clearance, traffic holding in position, expect 1 departure prior to your
Traffic holding in position
And
means we're going to get a lineup and weight clearance.
28 Bravo, cancel landing clearance, traffic holding in position, expect clearance short final.
So be ready to say 50 Delta 28 right, lineup and weight.
Delta 50 Delta, taxi up to and hold short of runway 28 right, be ready to go, please.
We'll line up and wait, 28 right, 50 Delta. Just kidding, sorry, just taxi up to and hold short, 50 Delta.
Short of 28 right.
Hold short of 28 right, 50 Delta, sorry about that.
My bad.
That's okay, I told you, and then...
948 takeoff,
It's not your fault.
continue.
So she said, hold short, be ready to go.
Yeah.
Cessna 50 Delta, runway 28 right, line up and wait, traffic 3 mile final.
Line up and wait, 28 right, 50 Delta.
Cool.
There it was.
Taxi up to and hold short's a little different from
31
weight.
Delta, thanks, you can turn base to follow them, expect clearance shortly.
Following Sirius, 31 Delta.
Camera.
Action timer.
Where's that button? Enter.
Power to idle. We're
780, turn left,
lining up and waiting, so we're just going to get on the center line.
28 left, 70.
Wait for that guy to clear and wait for her to tell us.
Uh-huh.
The center
Do a
line's busy.
full stop, good.
Cessna 50 Delta, right down approved, runway 28 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 28, 50 Delta.
28 Bravo, runway 28 right, clear to land.
A little bit of right foot as the right hand goes in.
Cessna
Cross
31 Delta, turn
correction.
base, runway 28 right, clear for the action.
Call outs.
Base 2
Alright, airspeed's alive, engine gauge is in the green. Stay on the center line, there's 45, there's 50.
Cessna 780, traffic holding position, cross runway 28 left,
Rotate.
contact.
Take out the crosswind correction.
Bit of right foot.
Turkey 6 Charlie Alpha, follow tight behind traffic ahead, number 3, runway 28 right, clear for the
That's me
action.
on the brakes to stop the wheels from rolling.
ahead,
Okay.
clear for the action,
Good.
28 right.
Just
Shut Alpha.
Cessna 8 Golf, number 4, following traffic in the pattern,
job.
runway 28 right, clear to land.
Pitch for 73.
Takeoff.
Oncoming tower, Archer 405, Charlie Alpha, holding short of 28 right, ready for westbound departure.
Turkey 405 Charlie Alpha, Montgomery Tower, expect 5-minute delay, stand by.
5 minutes standing.
Busy today.
Charlie Alpha.
Cessna 31 Delta,
busy.
traffic left base for the parallel.
Got him on site, 31 Delta.
And if you're, you want to trim as soon as you get in the air for that 73, so you don't have to gorilla grip it or death grip it. Check right, clear right, turn right. A little bit of right foot and right turns, left turning tendencies are fighting us. Level the wings and the crosswind just for a moment as we check right, clear right, turn right, keep the nose of the horizon for your 73, perfect.
Yep.
And then return that a little bit more right foot to center the ball on that right turn. Overshot Cow's Mountain a little bit.
Oh,
Cow's
right,
Mountain's on the left side over there. Good. We don't want to go to the south of it at all because that's in the way of the approaches.
Cirrus 28 Bravo, turn
Add
left
it,
on
or
runway
just to
23,
the north.
hold short of runway 28 left.
And then keep that nose up at the
23, hold
horizon.
short, 28 left, 28 Bravo.
Turkey 6 Charlie Alpha, traffic left base off your left for the parallel runway.
Traffic inside 6 Charlie Alpha.
If you feel like you have to hold like right wing in to go straight, look at your ball and is it centered? So then add right foot and level the wings. And now we're going straight through the air with wings level. So that's just a sign of uncoordination.
Okay.
Cool. Nice takeoff, dude. And then, what am I going to say next?
1,000 feet, right?
Correct. Every time we get the
Yeah,
downwind
1,000 feet
1,000
AGL. We're gonna. My God, how did I already forget?
It's all right. Just turn the landing light off.
Climbing.
Climb checklist, traffic ahead to your left
landing
for the
light
runway.
off. Speed and power and landing lights. That's about it, right?
Yeah, so
737 Hotel Yankee Montgomery
just,
Drive, continue traffic holding in
turn the
position.
taxi and landing light off, the taxi as well.
Taxi.
Cirrus 3 Bravo, cross runway 28 left without delay.
And then we just run through
final contact
power.
ground.
Power's full. Make sure it's full. Instruments. Two things for instruments is making sure the heading is set to compass, but this is automatic, so we don't have to do that in this airplane.
Okay.
And then the engine instruments are green, and then it's just turning the landing lights off, which we already did in our flow. And now we say,
Cruise checklist complete.
climb checklist.
Climb checklist complete. I looked down, cruise is the first thing I saw.
And then here you see how the perimeter is 1,000 feet. So zoom out a little bit, either pinching or hitting the zoom out thing. That way we can see more stuff. So like maybe like a mile or two. And that way we can see other airplanes around us.
Okay.
And then now after our climb checklist, we do our
Sustained takeoff number 1.
Or for
altitude callouts.
Altitude callouts, yeah.
2,800 climbing.
3,500.
Perfect. And then at 3,000 feet, we're gonna
Clean the mixture.
clean the mixture. You got it.
Okay, 2,900, climbing 3,500. Alright, there's 3,000. Mixture a little bit, make sure these don't overheat like last time.
Awesome.
Number 3 is right at the line, but looking good.
We gained about 20 RPM out of that lean right there.
Nice. Alright, 3,200, climbing 3,500. Comes our altitude bug, 3,400. Ready to level off.
Cherokee 5 Charlie Alpha, runway 28 right, line up and wait, traffic 4 mile final.
And pitch.
28 right, line up and wait. 5 Charlie Alpha.
Cessna 3-1 Delta, you're following traffic on a 3 mile final. Report inside there, Cessna.
This says push harder.
Yeah.
And then once you hit 90 knots, you can start to reduce that throttle to about 2,300. Listen for 2,300. Push a little harder.
Cessna 3-1 Delta, follow traffic
Eyeballs out
3 mile
there.
final, Cessna. Report inside.
That's about 2,300. Push a little harder. Don't
Cessna
be
8
shy.
Golf, turn left on runway 23, hold short of runway 3 left.
Push harder. Don't climb.
28 left, 9 takeoff.
There you go. And then, so we gain 50 feet, not that big of a deal. And just start working out that trim. You're welcome to work out that trim. Just know
55 Charlie
your
Alpha,
job
westbound,
won't be
approved runway 3
done
right, clear for takeoff.
until the speed is done moving.
28 right, clear for takeoff. 5
We're
Charlie
drifting a
Alpha.
little south of
7 Hotel Yankee, runway
Mountain,
28
so
right,
let's
clear to land.
simultaneously turn towards Lake Jennings
7 Hotel Yankee.
okay, as you work out that trim.
work for you for 7 Hotel Yankee?
7 Hotel Yankee, sure thing, runway 28 right, clear for the option on the output and squawk via far right downwind.
Alright, so first radio call out now because we're above cowls.
Yeah, so go ahead and hit that swap button.
Right, 7 Hotel Yankee.
Watch your climb. As we come out of turns, lift returns.
We come out of turns what?
As we come out of a turn, the vertical lift component of the airplane comes in. That's why you just started climbing. So as you come out of a turn, you weren't full. You trimmed in a turn. And so when you came out of it, the airplane goes.
Okay, I gotcha.
So let's reduce the throttle so we can start to descend. And then go ahead and make a radio call.
Send it. Cherokee,
Wait.
1,500 over La
I'm glad you heard that.
Heading north.
Someone had
I
called
couldn't hear myself. That was all like something sounded weird.
Sometimes it doesn't emulate. Sorry. Go for it.
San Diego East, Cessna 5150 Delta, Cowles Mountain 3,500 eastbound, San Diego East.
You still can't hear yourself?
No.
Oh, that sucks.
You could hear me though?
Well, yeah, we can definitely hear you. And if you're ever guessing that, you can look at the TX right here. So watch as I transmit. See, there's a TX that pops up.
But it's weird because I mean I can hear myself now when I'm just talking to you, but then
Right.
I muted myself when I did that.
Sometimes when you, sometimes when you transmit, it doesn't emulate. That's just a airplane thing.
Okay. Almost had myself back at 3,500.
Yep, so when you get to 3,500, you're out of a 5-finger side picture.
Yeah.
Slight descent is good. You'll go to 4 fingers.
East traffic, line block,
Pitch,
7,500, holding at Julian. East traffic.
Power setting is good at 2,300.
San Diego
Oh, just
Northeast,
wanna trim
Cessna
as you don't let the
5447,
nose
Lima,
fall.
4,076.15 interchange, headed to Fallbrook, last call, San Diego Northeast.
Blue. San Diego East, 0675, 4000 over Alpine for power also, San Diego East.
Through.
Alright.
San Diego, flight 06
Nicely done.
over
So now,
4,500.
since we pitch power pause trend, we want to do our cruise checklist.
Alright, power is where we want it. Mixture is leaned. Instruments
Our green and green.
Oh, green and green. So instruments is just talking about our gauges here?
And then usually it's set your heading bug to compass, but this is done automatically in this plane.
Okay, cool.
Are you pushing or pulling at all? Looks like when you, so don't look inside when you check that, look outside when you check that, make sure the nose doesn't move. Nice. Nice job, dude.
Descending a little bit, maybe?
And remember, there is a little bit of trim in the yoke here,
Right.
so if you need a little bit of aft pressure, just pull a little bit, or push a little bit.
Alright, looking for Lakeside Golf Course. My next call out, right?
Good, yeah.
Cool. Northeast, Black Archer 01 Tango, south of Lake Henshaw, heading west southwest towards Ramona.
So this is super helpful that we can see this airplane right here. He's 900 feet below us at about our 11 o'clock, and he's about 1.5 miles away. See the perimeter ring?
Yeah.
So that gives us a ton of really good info. And do you see the little arrow next to him?
Over
Moving
VF Valley,
he's
55,
climbing.
going to be doing
that's what that little arrow
That doesn't mean he's going north.
San Diego East.
It points, his little icon points to where he's going.
Right.
And then the arrow, it means he's climbing. And so if we look down to the left, 11 o'clock, there he is.
Oh, I got him, yeah.
Nice. And then just
We are
glance here.
climbing, or we're descending.
And then go ahead and make a just south of Lakeside Golf Course call.
Okay.
San Diego East, Blue and White Cessna 5150 Delta, just south of Lakeside Golf Course, eastbound, San Diego East. 3,500.
Good, I was just about to tell you. Nice. Cool, and then this one, remember I want you to do it, so probably because we're descending, probably because we're just about 30 RPM too low, so squeeze in a teeny bit, and that might prevent your little drift, and by squeezing that in, you can then also probably push a little bit forward on the yoke, to trim the yoke out a little bit, and that'll help you gain your speed back without climbing, and go back to where you were trimmed for.
Yeah.
Good, and then we want to do this call in the turn to practice our multitasking skills, and so
this is Lake Jennings.
This is Lake Jennings below us to our right, probably hard for you to see, but you can also, it's on our flight plan.
Okay.
And so, we will...
Is it time now?
Go ahead and start a left turn and make the call, turning northbound to Ramona.
San Diego East, Blue and White Cessna 5150 Delta, Lake Jennings, turning northbound towards Ramona, 3,500, San Diego East.
Nice, man. And then we'll just fly to the green roof, that is Verona Casino.
Yeah, got it.
As we keep an eye on our bogey at our 11 o'clock still and 400 feet below us.
Think he's going to Ramona also?
Yeah, probably.
I think he said that.
He might ask Ramona for like a northbound transition or something, or he might be going there for landings, we don't know. So...
Lost sight of him.
It's okay. He's more than 1.5 miles in front of us. Alright, after we do our Lake Jennings call and we're not talking to anybody, we want to
grab Atis.
Grab the Atis.
Alright, so we'll switch over to comp 2.
Sky clear, temperature 23, dew point -1.
This guy? Yep.
Altimeter 3010. Visual approach in use, landing at departing runway 27. Use caution for coyote and bird activity in the vicinity of the airport. Hazardous weather information within the San Diego area available from flight service. Advise initial contact you have in November. Ramona tower information November. 1953 Zulu observation. Wind 300 at 7. Visibility 10. Sky clear. Temperature 23. Dew point -1. Altimeter 3010. Visual approach in use. Landing at departing runway 27. Use caution for coyote and bird activity in the vicinity of the airport. Hazardous weather information within
Contact ground 17 Echo.
Alright, and then once we're at Verona Casino, I'll contact tower.
Exactly. And you can do it like a...
Motor Tower Cherokee, 401 Tango West of 4.
Like a mile before, 2 miles before, something like that. So here's totally
transition
fine.
southbound to Verona at 3,500. We have
See our bogey.
November.
So listen for that. Someone's coming southbound.
Cherokee 401 Tango Ramona Tower, ident to
Over
southbound
this
transitions
airspace.
approved, shatter above 3,500.
Well, I did, and then we'll transition 3,000 or at or above 3,500, 840.
Skyhawk 61 Columbia,
that guy
traffic
going the
full
same
stop,
direction
just
as
passing off
us,
your left now.
This guy that just called is north of the field, and he's coming southbound at 3,500. So we'll just keep an eye out for him. Likely we'll start a descent soon after recall.
We have completed 20 on portion.
Helicopter 111 Papa Bravo, Ramona Tower, fly westbound, remain south of the center line, please. South helipad, cleared for takeoff.
Give us a second to respond, and let's try to get in there.
Ramona Tower, Cessna 5150 Delta, Barona Casino, 3,500 inbound for landing.
Cessna 5150 Delta, Ramona Tower, unable to remain outside class Delta airspace. Call me back in about 5 minutes.
We'll call you back, 50 Delta.
Roger 9 Echo Golf, you can fly due northbound now.
Dang it.
What'd she say?
She said remain outside class Delta airspace because she's too busy and call her back in about 5 minutes.
Archer 319 Echo Golf, you can fly due
we're going to break
northbound.
off and we're going to turn to the right.
Fly northbound, Echo Golf.
Check right.
Arizona 919, continue on the downwind, report the Cessna 3 to the east in sight.
Cessna 919, looking for traffic.
All right.
How much right?
We're just going to go that direction,
Papa, turn base now, please.
remaining outside of her Delta.
Sorry, Bob. Arizona 919 with the traffic.
It's busy.
Arizona 919, number 4.
So we'll just go do like a power off stall real quick.
Touch and go traffic ahead
Okay.
full stop.
So the Bravo airspace above us is still what? It tells us right here.
3,800?
3,800. So when we get to the east of that line, we can go ahead and climb.
Okay.
And we'll climb up to like 4 or 5 and do a maneuver or two.
Okay.
Cessna 61 on the go, your southeastbound turns
I'm still
approved.
listening to her because I'm hoping she calls me back in a second and she's just like, I feel bad. Hey, 50 Delta, you still up?
Helicopter 1 Papa Bravo,
Has a
you
change
can
of heart,
cross
maybe?
the center line now without delay, northwestbound.
Northwest cleared, course without delay, 1 Papa Bravo, thank you.
She's the pro too. She's really good at her job. Usually she'll.
Was she the same one as
taxi now onto Alpha.
I don't remember. She's a
Columbia 5
sweetie.
Charlie Tango, are you going to Pacific?
All right, so we can go ahead and start a climb now.
Columbia 5 Charlie
Up to
Tango, thanks for
4 or
the
5.
Pacific Executive via Alpha.
That's a power.
Add some power. Even from cruise, when we start a climb, we go full throttle, nose at the horizon. And that'll eventually
number 4,
get us to
follow
VY.
the Cherokee, that's 9 o'clock in about 3 miles. Runway 27, clear to
Pitch up for the horizon.
land number 4.
Keep those wings level. Keep that right foot in.
So the horizon, even if the horizon is a mountain?
Even if the horizon is a mountain, it's not going to change it by much. Especially if we need to lose speed, we can just go like a half a centimeter higher than the horizon to kind of get there. Not to overcompensate too much at all, but you're still just below the horizon line. And we're still just a little fast.
5150 Delta, Ramona Tower, are you still on frequency?
50 Delta, yep.
Cessna 50 Delta, make a straight in runway 27 and report a 5-mile final. Verify you Atis information November.
Straight in 27, we have November 5150 Delta, report a 5 mile.
Okay.
Got it.
Attention all aircraft information Oscar now, current Ramona altimeter.
Take out some power, maybe?
Yeah, just go ahead and reduce the throttle. So she told us to
Make a straight in.
and report a 5-mile final. So check it out. How far away are we from the airport?
63.
I don't know.
9 or 6.
So since we put it into the GPS, it says 7 miles.
Okay.
So we don't have to go exactly perpendicular
I see it.
to get on a 5-mile final.
Okay.
We can be a little acute into the runway.
Cherokee 01 Tango,
reduce the
altitude
throttle a
your
little bit
discretion,
if you like.
frequency changes approved.
So this heading should work. Slightly acute into the runway. That'll close our distance for a 5-mile final. Really, remember we talked about aiming slightly. So there's 4 miles at the end of the Delta, 4-mile radius.
Bravo, traffic 1 o'clock, 3
We'll
miles.
aim a little bit to the right of that, and that'll be a 5-mile final.
4,400 descending, frequency changes approved.
There's good stuff in this video.
Yeah.
1 Papa Bravo, thank you.
I think one of the biggest helps is just like, because when she talks that fast, I don't hear a single word of it. But like, if I can review it later on the video and like, okay, like now I get it, and then that like gets logged in my brain. It's something she could say again.
Yeah,
it's like
totally.
The library of things to expect.
It takes a while to hear everything, but once you do, then it for sure becomes a lot easier.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll keep this heading for now. We're kind of shooting for a 4-mile final. We drifted left a little bit, so scoot to the right. Just for a 5-mile. And then we can start our descent checks and slow things down and feel less turbulence. So we'll do a gump. So a C-gumps. Carb heat goes on. Carb heat on. Reduce the throttle, but don't let the nose fall so we can slow down a little bit. It's just like setting up for a power on stall, reducing the throttle and not letting the nose fall. Because we maintain our altitude, but we just lose speed. Okay? We'll below the white arc, 85 knots, we can pop into set of flaps, right?
Below the right
and then we can lower the nose so we don't let that nose pop up and lose too much speed.
Switch in, thanks for the alert.
Nice. Yep. And then here's 5 miles. Okay, so just don't turn left. There we go.
Do we give her
car repeat, gas? We're not on the final yet.
Okay.
But we did plan it correctly, see that for 5 miles away. So she's happy with us right now. Car repeat, gas is good, undercarriage is down and welded, mixture goes full rich, flaps are 10 for now, that's all we want. And then seatbelt switches,
landing light on.
Cessna 9242 Hotel, limits are hold short, runway 27 landing traffic.
So now we're going to report a 5 mile final. Go ahead and turn final and say 50 Delta, 5 mile final.
50 Delta, 5 mile final.
5 meal.
Cessna 50 Delta, roger, continue.
50 Delta.
So sometimes when she like says something that doesn't quite warrant a response, if it feels rude not to respond, I'll usually just be like 50 Delta.
Okay. And I didn't start with a Ramona Tower there, but that's okay if it's just she told us to say that.
On those reporting things is like, yes, I want to say you always want to start with their name, Ramona Tower, but in that instance, I'd like to keep things short and sweet and the airtime low, so I'll just say 50 Delta, 5 mile final.
Gotcha.
Okay, and so now we're on a 5 mile final, and so we want to scoot to the right a little bit, wings to keep you over the center line, and your feet to keep you straight. And then let's go ahead and, we're a little high, so we want to cut power, reduce the throttle, power altitude, good.
Takeoff Alpha with United.
Cut power sounds like you want to go all the way.
Right, not all the way, not cut it, reduce.
Go ahead and reduce some more, because we are pretty high. And then we'll do another guns check for our second set of flaps. Car repeat.
Repeat still off.
Gas is on full. Undercarriage down welded. Make sure flaps 20.
Flaps 20.
And then don't let that nose rise. Feel the flaps go in.
Cessna 346 Charlie Papa.
Seatbelt switches is good. We're shooting for 70-75 now. See how we're doing 80-85 and then 10 degrees of flaps. That's
Cessna 50 Delta, confirm touch and goes or full stop?
Full stop, taxi back, then a couple touch and goes, 50 Delta.
Cessna 50 Delta, 2 departures prior, runway 27 clear to land.
We'll slow down 27, clear to land, 50 Delta.
So flaps go all the way because she says there's 2 people departing.
Slow down.
Yeah, she didn't say that, but implicitly that's what she wants us to do. We just kind of have to know. And so we're going to really shoot for good airspeed control here, 60 knots.
Cessna 346 Charlie Papa.
We knew that we didn't have to like rip the nose up to slow down. We knew that, oh, we got flaps to put in. We can just put in flaps and have them slow us down for us. Making the airplane do the work. And if you need to, you're welcome to trim.
919 on the go, fly runway heading. I'll call the northwestbound turn.
Just watch your 60. Good airspeed control. I think a little right foot here is what you need for
Cessna 96 Delta,
nice
number 3.
stabilization.
Follow the Cherokee.
And we're just coming out a little bit left to center line, so that's your wings. Wings to keep you over that center line.
Roger, number 3, runway 27, keep an eye out for that Cherokee.
And so instead of letting the airplane face that way, we'll use our feet to keep us straight and our wings to keep us over the center line. Okay. I know it's hard. We got 4 different dimensions and 4 limbs.
Yeah.
Ramona Tower, Cessna 47672, holding short of runway 27 for touch and goes with November.
Cessna 47672, traffic on a mile final. No delay on departure.
2 lights, so that's a VASI. And so it'll be 1 red, 1 white that we're shooting for. Pappies are like the long ones. I think Pappies.
Turn base now.
Pappy's old as crap, and so he has to lay down. Pappy, Grandpappy. So they're laying down. Vazzies can be stacked. When there's just 2 of them, it's a Vazzie.
We're still high then, huh?
We're still a little high, but the sight picture here, this is looking good.
Remember,
we're only seconds away from
your traffic to
seeing
follow
a
is turning a 2 mile left base now. Wing up.
The goal really is though is to try to find a constant power setting to get you all the way to the numbers without making a lot of changes, and so. Determining the eyeball amount. We're sinking out a little bit, need to have a little power go put in. There's our red light, that's good. Cause and effect of adding power is nose wanting to rise, so make sure that nose doesn't rise. Have your speed, a little bit more throttle.
Cessna 42 Hotel, and the traffic you're looking for is 2 to the east on the right downwind.
If you end up a little slow, and you're kind of low, and you don't want to lose altitude, you can lower the nose and add power. It's a little bit of both.
Turning base, 96 Delta.
Scoot to the right, don't let that wind beat you up, keep that nose down, you're unconsciously leveling off a little bit.
Continue on the upwind, I'll call the left crosswind.
Roger,
and slowly bring that power to idle, keep that nose down, catch the nose from falling though. Power to idle catch, transition to flat, transition to flat. There you go. And then slowly keep pulling. Slowly keep pulling. That super slow pull is what we want. Flaps go up. And aerodynamic braking and brakes, so pull all the way back on the yoke as you simultaneously hit them brakes.
Traffic 9242 Hotel. I got traffic on final. Did you see there was another one on
yeah, we'll exit here,
downwind?
but we'll just try to slow down as straight as possible.
Delta without delay, turn right Alpha 2 if able, remain on this frequency, runway 27, taxi via Alpha.
Right Alpha 2, this frequency, 27 via Alpha 50 Delta.
Cessna 42 Hotel, thanks for double checking. Your traffic just turned a 2 mile
Cool, and we're just going to keep on keeping on.
Got him in sight.
There's no ground to contact here because we would just get her, most likely, she's the only person up there.
Cessna 6 Charlie Papa, keep him in sight, number 4, runway 27, clear to land.
Keeping them in sight, number 4, clear to land.
And then now, after we've landed,
Cessna 672, turn crossing.
we want to do our after landing flow, which is kind of left to right, down and up. I'm going to put that back in. I'll hold you strict. Left to right, down and up, starting at the lights. So taxi light will go on, landing and strobes go off. Carb heat's cold. Make sure, go ahead and lean that now. Verify flaps are up. Flaps up. Diverting tension back to the center line, and then we go down. Trim is good. Fuel is good. Fuel's both, yep. Transponder's good. Transponder's good. And if it was other than 1200, we'd set it back to 1200 by heading VFR. Yep. And then we would contact ground normally, but she told us to remain this frequency, so that's what we're doing, and then we're taxiing back to the other runway today. Runway 27. Cool. Nice job, dude. And then we look at our checklist. If we're super thorough and strict, and we go flaps up, check, carb heat, check, strobes, check, landing, check, fuel heat didn't use, mixture, check, trim, check, transponder, ALT,
continue
1200,
downwind
check,
number 4,
after landing checklist
full
complete.
Stop Cessna. He's 2 miles east on the left downwind, hasn't turned base yet.
Watch this over and over.
That's why I'm intentionally giving you too much because I know you're recording it.
That's good.
Yeah.
Wait, which yellow line do I do?
Good question. I would take the further one. Yeah.
Downwind, 97, take
It's
off.
the run-up area over here.
That's the run-up. We don't need to run up, so we'll just go right.
Roger on the base, 97, take off.
November 9010 Hotel Ramona Tower, say landing intentions.
Somebody taxiing from the other side.
Southbound Departure, 010 Hotel.
Cessna 10 Hotel, say again.
We'd like to taxi back to the active for westbound departure. Just thought you might be too busy for close traffic.
Cessna 9010 Hotel, yeah, another right downwind, runway 27.
Right down 127, 10 Hotel.
Alright, so now we're ready to
Cessna 96 Delta, contact ground.
take off, and so we'll say Ramona Tower, Cessna 5150
continue downwind, I'll call the base turn number 4.
short runway 27, touch and goes.
Turn on number 4, thank you.
Saracen 919, you can turn northwestbound, so just a heading of 330 for traffic.
330 for 7919.
Maybe we'll just do one because she's super busy.
Ramona Tower, Cessna 5150 Delta, holding short, 27 for touch and goes.
She might say continue holding
Cessna
short.
5150 Delta, hold short, runway 27, landing traffic.
Hold short 27.
Holding short, 2750 Delta.
Perfect. At Montgomery, they say stand by. Everywhere else,
Cessna 17,
they
go off
say
the turn
hold
base now,
short.
please, number 3, runway
gotta
27,
read
clear to
that
land.
Turning base, clear to land, 2797, take off.
Nice job, dude.
Thank you.
How does it feel?
Cessna 672, number 4.
Not too bad, I hope.
Yeah, no, I mean,
right base,
little curveball.
Stop, runway 27, clear
Yeah, there's a lot going on today, just like
Follow the full stop.
traffic and radio and tower stuff. And that landing was a little more busy with just like corrections and wind and other things happening, it seemed like.
It's windy today, yeah.
Yesterday it felt really smooth.
Yeah, it's
Felt like an easier landing yesterday.
definitely a little windier today. But you're doing good.
Cessna 42 Hotel, contact ground, thanks for the help.
We'll get more
Contact ground,
practices
42
on multiple landings and stuff at a later time. But today's really about the navigation and radios.
Cool.
Cessna 672, actually continue downwind, I'll call the base turn for
Actually,
departure.
Continue downwind.
It made me feel better that
Saracen 919, resume on
Lindsay
navigation,
was saying that like I looked really confident, or I looked comfortable. It's like I saw what's going on in my head.
Well, you smoked her on the ground. I'll probably send this video to her, so sorry, Lindsay, but yeah, I was like rapid firing, you're asking all those questions, and you're like, answer. I forgot, but you're like, oh yeah, I remember reading that. You know, you're like, I've read the whole thing. It's great. So yeah, you're killing it.
But is she not as on top of the?
No, she needs to study.
Yeah, I just wrapped up the kind of a boring chapter about like where to find
Cessna 6
information.
Charlie Papa, contact ground at Alpha 3.
And, like the far aim and stuff.
Alpha 3.
You know, it's good stuff to know, but it wasn't as cool as the others, like the aerodynamics.
Cessna
and other
672, turn base.
Yeah, it can be a little dry.
And the next chapter is aviation weather, though, so I'm more excited about that.
Nice, dude. Weather's so fun. The weather class at the college, taught by Jason Andrews, the guy that taught me how to fly. Fantastic class. That class will save your life one day for sure.
Okay.
I almost wish I would have took it after my private because I took it before I started training, and so not everything was like applicable to me at that time. But it did, you know, it was nice going into it with a little bit of weather knowledge. I just wish I could take the class again.
Good.
I'll tutor it.
Yeah. Go.
That's what I'm doing with the instrument stuff right now. Is there's so much with instrument training that I've just been tutoring it the last couple of years, and every year I'm picking up a little more and more, and getting better and better. So we're just ready to rock. Hopefully she gives us a takeoff clearance here in a second after this fella gets his wheels off the ground.
Cessna 17, Alpha turn right Alpha 3, contact ground.
Alpha 3 off, over to ground 97, takeoff.
Here we go.
Cessna 50 Delta, traffic turning at 2 mile final, make left traffic, runway 27, cleared for takeoff.
Left traffic, 27.
Left traffic, 27, clear for takeoff, 50 Delta.
Cool. We just got to get rolling right away.
Yeah. I guess I was expecting her to say wait for that traffic.
Cessna 10 Hotel, what were your original intentions? Are you looking for touch and go, then a westbound departure,
Lights.
or you want full stop taxi back?
Lights.
Touch and go's a great one,
Camera.
Cessna 10 Hotel, Roger, you can
Action.
expect that.
Timer's already going. Full throttle. Crosswind correction. I gotcha.
Thank you.
Wind sock. Head is changing. Airspeeds. Alive.
Airspeed's alive. Gauges are green.
Cessna 639,
There's the
traffic on a mile final,
There's
northwest
55.
departure.
I'll rotate.
Aft pressure. Patience. Level the wings. Nose of the horizon.
Pitch for 73.
Nice. That's me on the brakes to stop the wheels from
Cessna
rolling.
672, there's one departure prior.
672, one departure prior, thank you.
Okay. She said right traffic?
Left traffic.
Left traffic.
Yep. Standard is left.
What's the elevation here again? Or the field elevation?
So field elevation is 1,400.
Okay, so we're looking for about 2,100.
Cessna 9242 Hotel.
Yeah, you can kind of turn it 1,900 though. There's no one out here, no one to call and complain about us. It's just like cows.
Jet 987 Mike Kilo, holding short 27, ready for departure.
Vision Jet 987 Mike Kilo, Ramona Tower, hold short, runway 27.
Holding short 27, 7 Mike Kilo.
Go ahead and turn.
1,800? Okay.
Yeah, there's just someone up here to the right.
Okay. Gonna stay at 73.
Good. Eyeballs outside for that, so bring that nose a little higher.
Too much, maybe?
That was good.
That's Mount Woodson, right?
Yeah. Like Iron Mountain and Potato Chip. The hikes.
Right. Haven't done those before.
I'm gonna take the dog, I think, this weekend.
Level off.
Ramona Tower, Bonanza.
Check left, clear left, turn left, keep that nose up.
Bonanza 218 Charlie Golf, Ramona Tower, I need you to fly northeast bound, please, and set up for a
I
straight
keep waiting for the day where that potato chip collapses. Like, it's gotta happen.
Dude, someone's gonna get it on film because everyone's got their phones out there.
It'll be someone's fault, whoever stood on it last.
A little fast here. Here comes your landing clearance or touch and go clearance. So keep that nose up because we're just fast. See that? We're taking a while to level off because we're closer to leveling off. But now
50 Delta, continue down one, I'll call the base turn.
you call base 50 Delta.
You call base, 50 Delta.
Reduce the throttle.
Cessna 672, are you able to turn early left?
I'm looking for 2,500 feet.
2,400 feet.
2,400.
Reduce that throttle down to 2,000 RPM.
I'll call the northwest
Bottom of the green arc. There you go.
Runway 27, clear for takeoff.
I'm just having a whole lot of forward pressure in.
Fly runway heading, we'll wait for you, 7 Mike Kilo.
So she'll call our base.
She will call our base,
Hotel,
but
continue down one,
downwind to beam, we still want to be ahead of the airplane and do our GUMS checks, and we'll just use power for altitude.
906 Delta, contact
We're extending because that guy's going to turn base in front of us. He's over there. Okay, downward beam, go. Carb heat first.
Oh, carb heat.
Reduce that throttle just a little bit because we have to extend. Okay, flaps go 10, don't let the nose pop up.
At Alpha 1, requesting a full stop.
But we also don't want to start descending as much, right? Because she's extending our base.
Good.
Extending our downwind.
That's why we don't reduce the throttle a bunch.
Runway 27, clear for
I would
takeoff.
add just a smidge back in so you can lower the nose and go faster. Go up to
Cessna
1900.
6 Charlie Papa, hold short, runway 27.
Hold short, runway 27, 6
Good. See, we still haven't lost a foot. But keep that nose down. It's going to take forward pressure because we have the extra power in.
Runway, I'll call base turn.
Number 3, call base turn, 672.
Cessna 672, actually, if you can do me a favor, make a right 360, report reestablished back on the downwind.
Right 360, 672.
Cessna Cessna 50 Delta, turn base now please, runway 27, clear touch and go.
Alright, turning base, clear touch and go, 50 Delta.
27.
346 Charlie Papa, make left close traffic, runway
Okay,
27.
lower the nose, we're going a little slower at 65 knots, so sight picture, try to hold the same amount of horizon through the turns and everything.
November 8 Charlie Golf, if you can,
And
maintain
then
full
assess
flight
if you
speed,
need to
number
reduce
3.
throttle or what.
Slow speed,
I'd probably take out 100 RPM. Okay, that sounds
Delta,
good.
if you can, head for the numbers, please.
Judging that based
Right for the numbers, 50 Delta.
Cessna
Power to
10
idle.
Hotel, turn base now please, number 2, runway 27, clear touch and go, the northwest departure is approved.
We're letting the airplane get a little slow. Gotta have good airspeed control, even when there's a lot of pressure needed.
Vision Jet 7, Mike
Flaps go 20.
navigation traffic 3 o'clock and 2 miles.
She was having us go in front of that dude, but now she's changing the sequence.
Okay, ONAV, frequency change.
So she said direct the numbers, and so we'll kind of go pretty much right for the numbers to help her out.
Okay.
And then go ahead and add a little bit of throttle in. Keep that nose down for 70-75.
Bonanza,
If you need to, you can trim a little bit if it's too hard to push,
following the
because we're
Cessna on a
keeping that nose
2.5 mile
pop up.
right base, runway 27, cleared to land.
Clear to land.
A little high here, so maybe take out a tiny bit and then jump the flaps.
Cessna 672, continue downwind number 4, following the Bonanza 4 mile final, report him in sight, he's a full stop, runway 27, clear touch and go.
Number 4, following the Bonanza, he's a full stop.
We need to keep you straight, we just keep you on the center line. So we can straighten the airplane even here,
Charlie Papa,
and then just
continue
use the
upwind,
wings.
I will call the crosswind.
Go left foot right, and then we'll slowly take both out here. Cool. We don't need to adjust power at all. We can just keep it right here, all the way in, aiming slightly before the runway so we can touch down closer to the numbers. Don't unconsciously level off. Power to idle, catch, transition to flat. Super nice job, hold. Slow-mo pull. Slow pull, super slow pull. Keep pulling, Ryan. Keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling. We kind of stopped pulling there, so that's why I was a little kerclunky. Right to left after landing for touch and go. Flaps up.
Frequency changes approved.
Flaps up. Full throttle. There we go. Crosswind correction. As the right hand goes in, the right foot goes in. Car peak goes in. Car peak in. Once we hit 55, leave the ground.
There's 50, there's 55, rotate.
Right foot, right foot, right foot. There we go.
Cessna 672, your traffic to follow is just passing off your left now. Delay your base turn about another 10 seconds.
We're going to request it to depart now.
672, return base.
Yeah, let's go southbound.
50 Delta, continue on the upwind and I will call the crosswind.
50 Delta, continue up. When would you like to request a southbound departure?
Cessna 50 Delta, in that case, the Cessna heading to your left and the left crosswind staying in the pattern, you can turn southbound behind him.
Insight, we'll turn south behind him. 50 Delta.
Lights 328 Alpha Mike 27.
So instead of just blindly accepting my extended upwind, I knew she was doing that to create spacing for the traffic pattern.
Right.
So that's how I was just like, okay, I'll do that, but just so you know, I want to go southbound. She's like, oh yeah, okay, in that case, just behind that dude, turn south.
Right, okay.
So once he's approaching our left wing, we will turn south.
Okay. Wait, so she said...
Go ahead and turn left.
Yeah.
Behind the Cessna, our southbound departure is approved.
Okay. Okay, so now there's now it's not a traffic pattern thing anymore. We're just turning left to depart.
Right, right. I'm trying to pull and you're pushing.
Okay.
You want to go slower.
97 Tango.
There you go.
Holding short of 2748.
And then we want to just kind of point in about that heading here, probably about a 150.
Roger, hold short, runway 27, number 3 for departure.
See this peak right here, the closest one? The nose up.
Cessna 6 Charlie Papa, continue on the downwind, I'll call the base turn. Columbia 215 Charlie
And then
Tango.
trim for it since we're going to remain in this climb for a
The east
second.
is approved, runway 27, clear for takeoff.
Takeoff 27.
Well, the airspeed's changing, and so...
Oh, right.
Bonanza 8 Charlie Golf,
Just wait for that to stabilize before I trim.
Yep, so try not to jazz hands until after you trim.
Right.
And then we're 1,000 feet above the ground, so we...
Climb checklist. So airspeed is a little fast. I'll pull up a little bit. Power's full. Mixture's full. Rich. Instruments. We're in the green.
Inside, just a little long, just divide that attention.
Taxiing landing line off.
Hotel frequency changes approved.
50 Delta, good day.
Frequency change approved, 9010 Hotel, thank you.
Welcome.
I thought she said 50 Delta. Oh. Whoops. Oh, I keep it just in the wrong
733
volume.
Hotel Alpha, Ramona Tower, enter right down. When
There's
runway
3,000
27
climbing
reported being the tower.
3,500, so we need a mixture. Nice. Keep that nose up at the horizon. And then you can kind of look here to plan for the wrap around the Bravo there. So at this heading, we're kind of pointing right at the corner, and you can look ahead and see that there's the lake right there. We want to fly a little bit to the lake. Keep dropping the nose, and we keep going super fast. So we want to get to altitude as soon as we can. I picture for that VY, keep that nose up at the horizon, and then scoot a little bit to the left. Disregard my heading,
Cessna 6
just
Charlie Papa, you can
look
turn
out
base
there.
now, runway 27, clear to land, 2 departures prior.
2 departures prior, clear to land, runway 27, turning base now, 2 Charlie Papa.
Night Sport 328 Alpha Mike North departure is approved, runway 27, clear for takeoff.
Clear to take up 27, Dana for me.
That's tough to...
What?
What's up?
3,500 climbing.
Oh,
Yeah, 3,500.
That's right.
I was seeing if you'd catch it. Pitch, reduce that throttle, because we overshot, so you can reduce the
Columbia
throttle
5 Charlie
earlier.
Tango, frequency changes approved.
And we want to get
Charlie Tango,
down
thank you.
back to 3,500 because the Bravo airspace is just above us.
Right.
Pitch, power, and then once we regain our altitude, we'll pitch back to 4 fingers. 4, hold, pause. This throttle setting usually gives us about 90. So if we want to say continue going 100, we don't want to wait for the speed to bleed, we could add power to 2,400, and that'll have us continue on that 100 knot.
Do we want to do that?
Sure.
Cessna 197 Tango Alpha, Cessna on a 2-mile
San Vicente
final.
Islands there to your right, you're turning right a little bit, so
Runway
we gotta go
27,
left.
clear for takeoff.
Woo, yeehaw.
27 clear for
We don't want to be
takeoff.
easy. Yes, exactly.
Night Sport 8 Alpha Mike, if able, make an early right turnout.
Lower the nose to 4 fingers, otherwise you're going to start to climb. And turn a little bit left. I know it's bumpy.
Yeah, it's tough.
And then trim a little bit. Once we get away from the ridge, and we're not feeling as much orographic lifting or mechanical turbulence,
ready to depart 27.
like we passed that ridge right there,
Entering
overlay Jennings will be
157
fine.
Ramona Tower, taxi up 2, hold short, runway 27.
Yo, always hand on the yoke. That's why I'm trying not to let you jazz hands when you do that, just always feel it. We're just descending a little bit, getting a little
We're just
fast.
going to turn around and head back to John Wayne.
This is a 733 Hotel Alpha.
So
Roger,
we
did you want
can
me to
look
set
here,
your
we can
foot
zoom
following
in
us?
and
They requested
be like,
altitude.
oh yeah, we're kind of close, so we just want to
Back to John Wayne,
go a little bit this way.
Can we switch back to the air-to-air?
Yep, now that we're at San Vicente, that's when we'll switch back. Boom, hit back. Okay, cool. Now we can make a radio call, so it's San Diego East, Blue White Cessna 50 Delta, San Vicente 3,500, southwestbound.
San Diego East, Blue and White Cessna 5150 Delta, San Vicente 3500, southwestbound, San Diego East.
Awesome.
It's so weird that just on that frequency I can't hear myself when I transmit.
That's weird. We'll definitely be able to hear you on the
Video.
audio.
Yeah, well, knock on wood.
I know, right?
Hope it works this whole time.
And then once we get south of the Bravo line, so you can zoom out there a little
Carrier
bit
East,
to assess your
Bravo, Green
situation
152,
with Bravo.
4500, Bonsall, San Diego, Northeast.
Oh, and we'll
Didn't mean to do that.
start a descent down to 3,000 feet as we go towards Gillespie, rounding out the approach end. Our helix. So what's a good rule of thumb for a descent? Taking out 300 RPM.
Okay.
So if we go down to like say 2200 RPM, the airplane will just automatically put itself into a 300 feet per minute descent, sorry, a 500 feet per minute descent.
Okay.
Watch your early turn here, okay?
Oops.
Might get a little close to the Bravo. So you're kind of already in a descent before we did that throttle reduction, but just remember, a good rule of thumb for a descent is taking out 300 RPM, and that'll put the airplane into a 500
Tango East traffic,
per minute descent.
1324 Echo, 5,500 feet
And it'll
over
keep you at your same speed, because we trim for a speed.
I got a Cessna doing circles inside.
So we're just about clear of...
Have you insight? Just
That's the corner we want to...
Yeah, we are clipping it a little bit, so if we didn't have this fancy GPS, we definitely want to fly all the way to Lake Jennings and then turn this way.
So we're talking about this corner here, though,
I'm talking about that corner, yeah.
Okay.
So we are only 3,000 feet away from that corner, really.
Okay.
You know?
Too close for comfort?
So it's just, yeah, a little close. Here's 3,000 feet, so just power back up to the 2450 RPM that you had. Pitch, right? And then power.
North White Cherokee over Black and
Keep
Airport.
turning. Relax your hand a little bit. You're just like
Lake Hodges.
a little tight.
Yep.
There you go.
We're going to head towards the midfield of Gillespie?
Well, just the approach end is fine. I'll make a radio call real quick.
San Diego East, Blue West Cessna 50 Delta, just south Lake Takeoff Course, 3,000 feet southwest bound to Helix and Montgomery, San Diego East.
You're quiet too.
It's a little quiet for me as well, yeah.
2,500, climbing 3,500 southbound San Diego Coastal.
Alright, so we want to get back up to 3,000 feet. So you have plus or minus 100 feet here on like your final test, a check ride. Okay. So in this instance, since we're pretty high, man, or pretty like fast, we'll just bring that nose up. The cause and effect of that is we'll slow down.
Right.
And climb, exchanging the energy, which we kind of want to do right now. Because things are going a little bit fast for us. So we'll lower that nose to 4 fingers, reduce the throttle to hold 2,300 RPM. Let's just add like 60 back in. And then we'll hold it there and then trim. So I'm going to let go, I'm holding back pressure. I'll hold that at 4 fingers. When I pull, you like push a little bit. So just try to feel what I'm doing. There you go.
South of the Lake Sutherland and towards the Alcatraz Reservoir, 5,500 feet.
But you're just totally letting go and you're using your trim to chase this. Level the airplane with your hand. And then once everything is stable, speed's not moving, altitude's good, vertical speed's good, RPM stable, then trim.
Okay.
So you're just like kind of using trim to change pitch. I know it's bumpy, so it's hard to totally dial it in. Cool, we do need to grab the Atis since we're at Gillespie, so let's do that.
Okay.
That's why it's good to memorize your home frequencies.
Yeah, 126.9.
Good, turn towards Mount Helix and dial in 126.9.
Wing 28 left, tower frequency 119.2. Runway alignment indicator lights unusable. Cranes in the vicinity of Montgomery. Hazardous weather available on flight service station frequencies. Advise of initial contact, you have information Victor. Montgomery Airport information Victor. 2053 Zulu.
So you're trying to use trim again.
Wind 2306.
Use your hands.
Visibility 10.
And then once
sky
things
clear.
are stable, then
temperature 24. Dew point 03.
Right down the Atis, all my controls.
Altimeter 3007. ILS runway 28 right in use. Landing in, departing runway 28 left, runway 28 right.
Pitch for 4 fingers.
NOTAMs. Departing runway 28 right, tower frequency 125.7. Departing runway 28 left, tower frequency 119.2. Runway alignment indicator lights unusable.
Pause.
Cranes in the vicinity of Montgomery. Hazardous weather available on flight service station frequencies. Advise of initial contact, you have information Victor.
Got it? No.
Montgomery Airport information Victor. 2053 Zulu. Wind 2306. Visibility 10. Sky clear. Temperature 24. Dew point 03. Altimeter 3007. ILS runway 28 right in use. Landing in.
Alright, got it now.
Cool, you're on 19.2. And give a call. So it's going to be Montgomery Tower, Cessna 5150 Delta. Mount Helix 3000, inbound landing.
With Victor.
Victor. Inbound landing Victor.
Montgomery Tower, Cessna 5150 Delta, Mount Helix 3000, inbound landing with Victor.
Perfect.
Cessna 5150 Delta, Montgomery Tower, make straight in, runway 28 left.
Straight in, 28 left, 50 Delta.
Awesome, dude. So
Follow the freeway.
we'll follow the freeway since we
My controls.
your controls since we can't go straight for the airport, and then we'll want to stay above at least 2,400 until we pass Lake Murray. But we can go ahead and start a descent now.
Okay. So, reduce power.
Turning crosswind, 62
So we were at about 2250. Go ahead and bring it back to like 1950, and then just kind of let go of the airplane and see what it does. The nose falls since we've taken energy out of the system. If we don't let it fall too rapidly, otherwise it'll dynamically oscillate. We kind of just let it do its thing. Okay. We help it hone in to find the speed at which we trim for. Then look, it'll go to about a 500 feet per minute descent.
Number 1, runway 28 left, clear, switching no additional traffic
do
at base 1 in parallel.
Number 1, 28
screwed up and didn't write down what she said. I don't know if she said left or right.
28 left.
Number 50 Delta, number 2, traffic midfield down, runway 28 left, clear land.
Number 2, 28 left, clear land.
Number 2, 28 left, clear land, 50 Delta.
Nice.
Tower,
Only other thing we could add in that call is like number 2 looking for traffic. She told us where that traffic was. Number 2 looking for traffic, 28 left, clear land.
Where did she say where the traffic was?
I think it was left base.
Number
So
2, 3
no
Charlie Remain,
factor.
Montgomery Tower, air taxi to
really gotta
Hotel
get better
2,
at
taxi
hearing what they
Hotel
say.
2 for
It's
takeoff
okay.
westbound.
It comes with time.
Hotel clear for takeoff westbound, 3 Charlie Remain, thanks.
Cessna 51 Golf, extend now and you follow with Cessna inbound from me.
Number Torrey Pines, just letting you know I'll stay 3,500. I'm going to Mission Bay and then the VFR corridor.
Okay, bye.
Extending downwind, I'm 51 Golf.
Number 236,
So we wanna
I think
get
it was,
a
you
little
got
bit out of the
Cessna on,
way of
and
the
you said you're going southbound to the
2-8
corridor.
right approaches, so we want to just kind of follow the freeway more
Right.
until we're lined up for 2-8
Number
left.
36 Echo, thank you, Montgomery altimeter 3007.
307, 36 Echo.
And then you can turn inbound.
Alright.
First tilt to
How do you
Juliet,
know when to
10
start
base,
your first
number
bumps?
Good question.
Number 6 to do it.
From 50 Delta, traffic follows on
There's
base.
so many variables. It depends on how high you are and how far you are. For now, I would just do it right now. Car repeat, reduce that throttle a bunch. We want to do it as soon as
Cessna 51
possible.
Golf, your target follows Cessna is on 3 miles on, report them in
And we
sight.
don't
Number
want to
3,
let that
runway
nose
2
fall
left,
because we want to put in flaps when we're slower. Luckily in this airplane we have the 110 VFE for the first set, so go ahead and just put in 10 now, and then relax that back pressure simultaneously, and then maybe in forward pressure to not let that nose move at all.
Roger.
Good, you held the side picture perfectly through that. You like to come in a little bit to the left, so we'll just drift to the right using our ailerons. And so do your gumps. Car repeat, gas.
Car repeat, gas.
Gas is good. Undercarriage is down and welded.
Mixture full rich.
Flaps, go ahead and go 20 because we're pretty close.
20.
And then seatbelt switches. Don't let
Belt
that nose
switches.
rise.
Landing light on.
Cool. We still are coming in to the left of center line. We want to draw the extended center line way underneath us. Way
Number
out
50
here.
Delta, traffic follows ahead to your left.
I guess I'm afraid of that other neighbor.
Correction, number 51 Golf. 51 Golf, traffic follows ahead to your left, off your left now.
Insight, 51 Golf.
That feels better.
Yeah, she's just said the wrong thing. And anyway.
That's 51 Golf, we're 50 Delta.
Yeah, and so she was like, 50 Delta, traffic falls ahead to your left. I'm like, we're on final, and the person ahead to our left hasn't even turned base yet, so there's no way that's happening. So that's why I kind of let her figure it out. Alright, nice job on the speed here. We're doing 70-ish with 20 degrees of flaps. Let's go ahead and lower that nose a little bit more to go 70, 75, and then we'll pop in our third set of flaps, and that'll get us in our 60, 65 range. Don't let that nose rise. Don't let that nose rise. Try not to let go of the yoke. Try to just hold it the whole time and feel if you need pressure or not.
Montgomery Tower, Skyhawk 9010.
And just relax. Feet to keep you straight, wings keep you on the center line. When we start to see one red, which is right now, squeeze in a little bit of power. If we fall the 2 red, 2 white all the way in, it takes us 1,000 feet down the runway. We don't want to do that.
Traffic, runway 28 left.
We do want to land close to the numbers, so we're going to let it go 4 reds as we get a lot closer. Add some power though, because we are sinking out too much. And we're too slow, so you need to add a lot more power so you can lower the nose. You need to be able to, you need to do both. There you go. We're super sideways, so we need to go right foot, left
But if you keep
aileron.
it slow, we'll see.
Lower that nose to stay below 60.
Either way, it'll be good training practice.
Lower that nose. More left aileron because we're still drifting. Keep that nose down. More right foot. Slowly bring the power to idle as you compensate with back pressure. Power to idle. Power to idle. Transition to flat. Smooth transition.
Is that
See how you chopped
9051
it? The
November?
nose fell a lot. Don't let go of that back pressure. Keep
Number
pulling.
9351 November.
Keep that left wing down.
Montgomery
Left wheel, right wheel. Increase crosswind correction. Relax. Increase. Don't let go. But I just need you to increase it.
Cessna 50 Delta, turn left Golf 1, nodally off the runway and contact ground.
Left Golf 1, nodally 50 Delta, contact ground.
Flaps up.
Sir, Steels to Juliet, all clear basic 1 departure.
Take a left to Golf 1. On the yellow line. Add a little wheel throttle now that we're slow enough.
Good timing.
Good job.
Okay.
Left to right, down and up. We'll do our flow, starting at the lights.
Start the lights. Landing
Taxi
light
light goes on.
Strobe off. Taxi light on.
Landing and strobes off. Carb heat will go cold, just moving over and kind of touching everything.
Yep.
Lean the mixture. Flaps verify they're up. We do that right when we land. Fuel's good. Trim's good. Transponders ALT 1200 still. And now we contact ground.
118.22.
I loaded it in.
Okay, nice.
And you'll give them a call and you'll say Montgomery Ground 65150 Delta, Golf 1 and Hotel, Taxi Airpark.
Montgomery Ground, Cessna 5150 Delta, at Golf 1 and Hotel, taxi to Executive, please.
Cessna 5150 Delta, Montgomery Ground, taxi to Executive via Hotel and Juliet. Good afternoon.
Hotel Juliet 50 Delta. Good afternoon.
Good. They say good day, you say good day,
All right?
right?
That's just karma, yeah.
Add some power and take a left. And then now that we've quickly done our after landing flow and we're getting out of the way, we'll want to back up our after landing flow with our checklist.
Okay.
On your check ride, your examiner may want you to just sit there at the after the taxiway go and slow down for while you're backing it up so things don't happen too fast. Your examiner may want you to sit there and like do your after landing checklist, like step by step or whatever. After your flow, you back it up. Tower really wants you to get going
Montgomery
right away.
Ground, ground air fuel at
especially if they're
transient.
busy. So that's why I do the flow, get moving, and then back it up. Plus, it's good multitasking
Ground air fuel,
training.
Montgomery Ground, follow this.
Flaps
Cessna
up,
just passed
carb heat
Delta.
off.
Proceed to Executive
Strobes
via
off,
Hotel
did
Juliet.
that. Landing light off, did that. Peter
Follow the
heat off.
Cessna, proceed, Hotel
Mixture
Juliet,
lean.
ground air fuel.
Trim, set for takeoff, did that. Transponder alt and squawk. And I'm gonna crash. Okay. No, I'm not. Okay, after landing checklist complete.
Perfect. That right there is why examiners want you to sit there after the runway, because they're afraid that you can't handle it, right? I think that everyone's capable of doing just that and staying on the center line. It just takes practice, and it actually makes you quicker with your division of attention. Yeah. So, and there's two sides of the coin. All right, dude.
Montgomery Ground, Skyhawk 9531 Delta, clear runway 23 at Hotel, taxi Executive.
Cessna 9531 Delta, Montgomery Ground, taxi to Executive via Hotel Juliet.
Taxi Executive via Hotel Juliet, 31 Delta. Thank you for your help.
Yeah, I didn't say thank you for your help. That guy's nicer than me.
I usually don't say thank you or good day unless they say thank you or good day.
Like a competition, who's going to be
I know, it's like a nice contest, but sometimes it could just like, especially if they're newer controllers, you could be saying good day and then they're like, oh crap, I didn't say good day to that pilot. Just like you're a new pilot and they say good day to you and you're like, crap, I didn't say good day to them. And so it's one extra thing that they have to think about and it can technically increase their workload. So I usually just like, if they say it, I definitely say it back, you know? Or if I like know the controller and they recognize my voice and I'd be like, all right, see you later, you know, like, or see you, John. And they'd be like, oh, see you, dude.
like, it's like a dance.
It is.
Kind of react to what they do.
Yeah, for sure.
Good here, yeah?
Yeah, perfect. Cool.
All right, we don't want to hear each other. Is that the first thing?
It is the first.